What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Hope all you're having a great day. Hope you all had a great weekend. Getting into this episode of GH, you know I love me some Lisa. I really do. I love Obrecht. But my issue with Obrecht today was if you're gonna pull a knife, be prepared to use it. I was like, Lisa, what are you doing with this knife up against this man's throat, talking him to death when you should be slicing and dicing? I'm just saying. But my thing is, even if she were to slit Victor's throat, you still have to deal with all the guards that he got on that island because you can't bring a knife to a gunfight and all them guards got guns. Um, so of course Peter bring his little raggedy tail over there. I'm like, how did he get all the way to Greece so fast? I really didn't get it. I said this man be popping up worse than the Candyman himself. I'm like, damn, you faster than him sometime. Mm. Um, so of course, he got his gun all up on Lisa or whatever, and Victor had to, let him know, like, look, put your gun down, back up off my lady, put your gun down, because you ain't about to shoot my woman. Um, and it's so funny how Lisa was telling Victor, like, you can't trust Peter or whatever. Oh, I do trust him or whatever, because I'm like, you would be a damn fool to trust some Peter. You know what I mean? Like, Victor may think he a boss, but I wouldn't trust no Peter. Not at all. Absolutely not. You can't trust a snake, but you can always count on a snake to be a snake, I guess. Um, I do agree with Peter on this one, though. I feel like Victor's affection for Lisa will be his downfall yet again. Because remember, his obsession with her the first time is what led to him getting shot. You know what I mean? Like, you done got shot over some coochie. It's like, stop letting the coochie rule you, Victor. And I feel like it's gonna happen to him again. Like, you done, damn near lost your life the first time because you was obsessed. Now it's like you're still obsessed with her, obviously. So you're gonna let that be your downfall. And I totally got where Peter was coming from. He was like, what's the point of keeping her alive? You know what I'm saying? Because he knows how lethal Obrecht can be. She's crafty, she's smart, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's manipulative, so she could easily get the upper hand. Look how fast she got the upper hand on Victor with that knife. He wasn't expecting her to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she turned around with a quickness and had that dagger up to his throat. Like, you gotta watch her. Like, she's slick. Um, but Victor is definitely letting the coochie be his downfall. He need to, chill out with all that foolishness. I'm like, you about to get yourself killed. Messing up their whole operation based off of your obsession. You gotta reel that in. So anyway, Anna and Valentine, they over there trying to figure out what's going on with Chloe and stuff like that. She lost, got into an accident or whatever. The doctor come out talking about she got a concussion and stuff. So they want to go check the village and talk to some people and see what they can find out because they want to wait for Chloe to wake up so they can talk to her. I'm not even surprised that that doctor is on Victor's payroll. I'm not even surprised. Pretty much everybody in Greece is on the Cassadine payroll. Helena, how you think Helena and the rest of the Cassadines, every time they committed a crime in Greece, they never really went to prison for it. They never stood trial. The Greek police always dropped the charges. I'm like, because the Cassadines basically run that place. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they never get in trouble. So I wasn't even shocked when the doctor called Victor to let him know that, Anna and Valentine were there to talk to Chloe. I'm not even surprised. Not shocking at all. I was like, the Cassadines pretty much got people in Greece by the balls at this point. Money talks. And the Cassadines have plenty of it. Plus, they're dangerous. So nobody really wants to cross them anyway. Um, I did love the conversation that Valentine and, Anna had about how he was at, how he left the Cassadine Island or whatever when he was, I believe, 6 years old or something like that. He said his time there was miserable. And even though he's not related to them by blood, he's happy about that because he's becoming something that he never possibly thought he could be. He likes the man that he's becoming. And Anna was like, she like it too. I said, I know you do. I bet Anna does like the man he becoming. She need to stop playing and get with him and stop all this foolishness is what she need to stop doing. Hopefully Scott and Britt and all them can hop on a jet or something and go out there to Greece or whatever and help out with this little investigation. Because I think, that adventure and that, all of them working together, I think would be pretty good too. It'd be pretty fun. So anyway, moving on from that. I am so glad Liz and Finn had other people to talk to. You know what I'm saying? That could guide them and give them advice, because I feel like Liz and Finn, basically the reason they didn't know where they stood with each other after they almost kissed was because they never had a conversation. So it was a big miscommunication between them. But I feel like, Chase was trying to tell Finn, oh, get out your own way, basically, stop overthinking things and just, talk to Liz or whatever. I agree he should talk to Liz. But at the same time, Finn was being honest, and I agreed with, with his, with what he was saying about, him and Liz. At the end of the day, he didn't want to push her. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just lost her husband not too long ago. So he didn't think that she was even ready to date, you know? And he didn't know if she was romantically interested in him anyway. But I'm like, if y'all almost kissed, then obviously she is interested in you. Um, More than likely, if Scott had not interrupted, they would have kissed. They definitely would have. If Scott hadn't got chucked out of that jet, they definitely would have kissed, and I don't believe she would have stopped it. So that's your answer right there about, if she feeling you or not. Um, but he also was thinking about Violet. Like it wasn't too long ago that him and Anna broke up and stuff, and Violet got really attached to Anna. So he really didn't want to drag Violet through that, a messy breakup or just a breakup in general, her getting attached. My thing is, even if she does get attached to the idea of him and Liz being together, it's like it's not really gonna change much, even if him and Liz do break up, because Liz is Violet's aunt, so she's always gonna be a part of, the equation in some capacity. So I don't see it hurting Violet too much. You know what I'm saying? But if he really likes Liz, I say go for it. I know some people might say because of the Hayden factor that it's a little weird. I thought the same thing, but you got to think though. Hayden did marry Nicholas, and Nicholas and Liz had a history, a little romance going on years ago. So I mean, hey, I'm not mad at it. And I'm glad that Liz had somebody to talk to her and give her some advice too, because she needed to hear it. Like they both needed to talk. You know what I mean? Like they needed to have a conversation and talk to each other to figure out where they stand, and whether or not they like each other like that. It's not like they have to label each other or you know decide tomorrow if they want to be a couple. It's like get to know each other on a personal level, like on a romantic level. Go out on a couple of dates. You ain't got to determine, y'all status today, tomorrow, next week, next month. Take it, be casual about it. And then when y'all are ready to be together, be together. You know what I'm saying? Just take it slow. Go at your own pace. So that way y'all not rushing into anything, and, nobody's feelings get hurt. And that's what I think they should do. So I'm glad, they go on to trivia night and all that stuff, and they're gonna be hanging out, getting to know each other. I think that's pretty dope. Um, I don't know though. I want to see them on a date to see how Liz and Finn are, but I feel the chemistry between them. Honestly, I feel like they really do got good chemistry. So we shall see what's gonna happen with them. So anyway, moving on from that, Carly and Jason were frustrating the hell out of me today, especially mostly Jason. Like he is just so emotionless. Like his whole idea is, oh, it didn't happen. We didn't go through with the marriage like legally, so no harm, no foul. What Sonny doesn't know, basically, we don't need to tell him nothing. If he asks, then I'll tell him the truth. I'm like, listen, I understand where Carly was coming from, because she's worried about how Sonny would react to finding out that they really wanted a real marriage with each other, because there's real feelings there between them. And there's no point in trying to deny it. You know what I mean? Like 9 months, Sonny was gone, and I do agree with Jason. They didn't do anything wrong. They thought he was dead. You know what I mean? So, in my opinion, they really didn't do anything wrong, but lying to him about how y'all really feel about each other, that's where you're wrong. You don't need to wait for him to tell y'all, or to confront you or anything like that, because she thinks, oh, Sonny's going to be paranoid about things, because she feels like everybody at that wedding saw how much they really cared about each other, how much they, really truly feel about each other. And they're worried about, well, Carly mostly is worried about how Sonny's going to react. She's worried about him going off the rails with his bipolar disorder and stuff like that. Maybe he'll go off his meds or whatever. I mean, you never know how Sonny would react to it. He probably will be pissed off or whatever, but I think telling him the truth is beneficial, because that way you get it out in the open. Because I really feel like Carly and Jason are not going to be able to really hide it for too much when they're around each other. Mainly Carly, because Carly, she got these funny looks on her face and stuff. You don't think Sonny's going to notice that? You know what I mean? Like, he probably already noticed. Um, but I think they should just tell the truth. I just hate how Jason says, well, throughout time our feelings are going to change. That's not how love works, though. Like, you can't just there's no switch to turn that shit on and off. You know what I'm saying? You can't just turn your feelings on and off, on and off. That's not how that works, Jason. When you got feelings for somebody, that doesn't just evaporate. It doesn't just go away. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still there. You can. That's the thing with Jason. He tries to suppress how he really feels about things because that's why they call him Stone Cold. But you can't always do that. It's like you need to confront things. You need to be honest about how you feel. And that's why I feel like Sonny and Carly are not going to be, happily ever after. You know what I mean? Because happy couples don't last on daytime drama. You know what I'm saying? Like, you only can write it for so long. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to lose its fizzle. So I could definitely see, Sonny finding out how they really feel about each other and going from there, because from the way it looks to me, Sonny is not, over Nina at this point. The eyes tell the story. Like, you could look at Sonny's eyes, on the outside, he's pissed off at Nina for not telling his family or anybody about him being alive and stuff. But judging from his eyes and how teary-eyed he looks and stuff, you could see kind of like it's like Mike looking at her. So I definitely feel like Sonny's trying to push that down, like, oh, you fell in love with an illusion, basically. I mean, yes and no. She did, but she didn't, if that makes sense. Nina's definitely delusional during that time, but I believe her feelings were genuine, and I think at some point she's probably gonna want to get to know Sonny for Sonny. You know what I mean? Instead of seeing him as Mike, she's gonna start seeing him as Sonny, and maybe they'll start falling for each other. If Nina wasn't so crazy and kept this secret, I could definitely see her and Sonny together. But after what she did, for me, I wouldn't want to see her and Sonny together, because, like, how the hell do you trust her after that? Especially being in the business that he's in. How could you possibly trust her? You know what I'm saying? Like, how? You never know if she might get sick of it and turn your ass in because she overheard something incriminating. She's the type of person you got to keep at arm's length when it comes to certain things. I just don't see how he could realistically be with her after what she did. Maybe he'll fall in love with her. Maybe not. Who knows? But Sonny was crazy, though, when he said that he felt like Nina wasn't being malicious when she kept him a secret from the family or whatever. She was being malicious, because she even admitted that she kept him a secret because Carly was being disrespectful or rude to her over the phone. So she decided to be vengeful and keep the secret. That is with malicious intent. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was being malicious. Definitely. There's no question about that. But I'm definitely, moving forward, I'm going to be interested in seeing how this is going to progress between him and Nina, because they are definitely far from over. Definitely. They are far from over. We probably going to see more with them very soon. Maxie, I knew she wasn't going to be able to hold on to that whole secret about Nina keeping Sonny, from the family and stuff, because when Jocelyn came into Charlie's or whatever, talking to BLQ and Maxie and stuff about it, she was wondering, like, she kept asking Maxie, like, who told you that Sonny was alive? And she kept trying to sweep it under the table, but Jocelyn was persistent. Like, who told you? Like, I want to know, who told you this? And Maxie kept fidgeting around in her seat and stuff like that, just giving off these looks. And Jocelyn was like, all right, you need to go tell my mother what you know. Like, because she was like, I can tell you know something by the way you looking and you all nervous looking, fidgeting around. But I can understand why Maxie would want to keep a secret, because she don't want to, snitch on Nina or whatever. But it was only a matter of time before everybody found out that Nina was the one who kept it a secret, because Anna does plan on coming back to Port Charles at some point, and Anna knows the truth. And you never know, Jax might slip up and say something. So it was bound to come out one way or the other. So, Maxie coming over to the Corinthos house to tell Carly, that was inevitable. You need to just tell her, get it over with. Because we all know Carly gonna go off when she hear about this. Like, she definitely will. So anyway, Sonny told Jason basically the first thing that they need to do, the first order of business, is they need to get that damn tombstone of his up out of there. They need to get rid of that, because he was like, obviously I'm not dead, so we need to nip that in the bud. I'm interested in seeing how this balance of power is gonna go because Jason was technically in charge while Sonny was gone. So, well, him and Carly. So I wonder how that's gonna work with Sonny being back. Like, is Jason, are they gonna have another meeting with the remaining members of the five families? To restore Sonny's power, because I'm pretty sure Jason's definitely gonna step aside. Because Jason never really wanted to run the business anyway. So all of this is interesting to me because I want to see how all this is the dynamic is gonna work. Um, and like I said Friday, it seems like Sonny, Jason, Carly, it's like an affair of the hearts. You know what I'm saying? Like they're doing what they feel they're supposed to do and be with the person they're supposed to be with, but after 9 months, that's not how they're feeling at this point. You know what I mean? There's like a disconnect there. Um, so it's gonna be real fun to see this because I want to see, like, is anybody gonna really confess their real feelings to each other? Like, what are we doing? Or are we gonna keep playing this game like, oh, I don't care for this person. Oh, this was just nonchalant about things. It's like, let's see what they're gonna do next. So anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section, let me know what you guys thought about it, and I will see you all later. Have a great day. Peace.